Good morning, my dear students. Today we are discussing the chapter water. In the earlier chapter we discussed about air. We studied that air is the most important substance for us. And in this chapter we discuss about water. What is the second most important substance needed for us? Water cannot be replenished, and without water we cannot survive. Earlier, water is considered as an element. Water is a colorless, odorless and transparent liquid. Earlier, water is considered as an element. Then later, studies prove that means Henry Cavendish proved that water is not an element, it is a compound. Water we can represent as H2O. One molecule of water contains 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. Water is a colorless, odorless and tasteless liquid. Hydrogen and oxygen are present in fixed proportion in water. Therefore, we can say water is a compound. Water we can represent by this formula H2O. One molecule of water contains 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. Next we are discussing about the occurrence of water. Water is the most important and common substances. Water is available in different forms. Water is present on earth crust, water is present on the human body, that means water is present in all living organisms, water is present in the atmosphere. In the atmosphere, water is present in the form of mist, clouds and in the human body, the 70% of water is present. And in the earth crust also, water is present. The 3/4 of the earth's surface is covered with water. These are the main occurrences of water. Water is present in the atmosphere, water is present in the living organisms and water is present in the earth crust. These are the main occurrences of water. Then we are familiar with the sources of water. What are the main sources of water? Yes, main source of water, rain. Rain is one of the important sources of water. Then rain, a river, lake, sea, ocean, these all are example for sources of water. Okay, therefore, the sources of water we can classify it as 3. What are the main sources of water? Surface water, underground water and above surface water. These are the main sources of water. The main sources of water are surface water, underground water and above surface water. On the basis of sources, water can further divide into rainwater, river and lake water, spring and well water, sea and ocean water. The main sources of natural water are surface water, underground water and above surface water. On the basis of the source, water can further be classified into rainwater, river and lake water, spring and well water, ocean and sea water. First we are discussing about the surface water. One of the important surface water, ocean and sea water. The sea water contains many impurities, most commonly common salt. Sea is the largest source of natural water, but it contains impurities, most commonly common salt. Salt, therefore, sea water is saline. And the sea water is a vast source of common salt. Common salt we can prepare from sea water. It also contains all impurities of river water. Therefore, sea water is not used for drinking purpose. We can summarize the main points of ocean and sea water. Sea is a large source of natural water which contains large amount of dissolved impurities, mainly common salt. The concentration of common salt in sea water is very high. Sea water is the chief source of common salt. Sea water cannot be used directly for drinking or irrigation. It also contains all the impurities of river water. These are the main points related to seawater. Seawater is one of the important surface water. The next important surface water is river and lake water. Water in rivers and lakes are coming from rain and the melting of snow from mountains. It flows down the hills and plains. On this way, it carries with large amount of impurities. It contains a lot of suspended impurities like clay, dust particles, sand particles, harmful bacteria, etc. It flows down the hills and mountains. Therefore, it carries large amount of impurities, mainly suspended impurities like clay, dust particles, organic matter, harmful bacteria, etc. And one of the main important thing, river water is the most suitable source for domestic and industrial purposes. River water is unfit for drinking directly because it contains impurities and harmful bacteria. The third, we are discussing underground water. Underground water, well. Well is an important source of underground water. Well water and spring water are the main source of underground water. When rain falls, a part of water seeps through the soil and is collected on the non-porous rocks. This water is known as underground water. Well water and spring water are the example for underground water, and this considered as a pure form of underground water. River water and well water and spring water are considered as pure water because it contains dissolved impurities but not suspended impurities. Usually deep well contain more pure water than shallow well. Sometimes the underground water contains minerals. It shows more medicinal values.
In this module you will learn about groundwater, groundwater level and different landforms formed by groundwater. Groundwater is the water held under the ground due to seepage. The rainwater that seeps through the ground passes through various layers of rocks and cracks in the rocks. On reaching impermeable rocks, the water gets stored there. Sometimes the groundwater reappears on the ground surface in form of springs. The water found in wells is also called as groundwater. The upper level of the stored groundwater is called groundwater level.
Next we are discussing above surface water, rainwater. Rainwater is an above surface water. Occurrence of rain is a clear evidence for the presence of water in air. Rainwater is the most pure form of water. It does not contain any suspended impurities. Occurrence of rainwater is the most clear evidence for the presence of water in air, formed by the evaporation of water followed by the condensation. The only impurities present in rainwater are dust particles and dissolved gas. The gases like carbon dioxide, nitrogen, hydrogen, oxygen, etc. They are non-poisonous. Therefore, it is very safe to drink. It does not contain any suspended impurities. Rain is considered as the purest form of water on the earth. Water can exist in three different states: solid state, liquid state and gaseous state. In the solid state, water exists as ice. In the liquid state, water, and in the gaseous state, water exists as water vapor. These are the three main states of water. You already studied the term interconversion of states of matter. Here, in terms of water, what is the meaning of interconversion of states of matter? Matter changes from one state to another state and return back to original state without change in its chemical composition. Here, the matter is water. So, the term interconversion of states of water. Water changes from one state to another state and return back to original state without changing its chemical composition. That process is known as the interconversion of states of water. That means ice change into water, water change into water, vapor. Again, water vapor return back to water and water return back to ice. This process is known as interconversion of states of water. Let's see one video related to interconversion of states of water.
Ice is the solid form of water. Water is the liquid form. and water vapor is the gas form. When we heat ice, it converts to water. This is called melting. Now as we heat or boil water, it will change its state to water vapor. This is called vaporization. Then when we cool down water vapor, it converts to water again. This is called condensation. And when we cool down water, it will solidify to ice. This is called freezing. Temperature at which ice changes to water is called the melting point. The temperature at which water changes to water vapor is called boiling point or vaporization point. Likewise, the temperature at which water vapor converts to water is called condensation point. And the temperature at which water solidifies to ice is called freezing point. Melting point and freezing point of water are same, that is equal. It is 0 degrees Celsius. Similarly, boiling point and condensation point of water is same, that is equal. It is 100 degrees Celsius.
Under normal conditions, water boils at 100 degrees Celsius and freezes at 0 degrees Celsius. That 100 degrees Celsius are known as the boiling point of water, and the 0 degrees Celsius is known as the freezing point of water. Ice, water and steam are different in their physical state, but their chemical properties are same. However, they are identical. Therefore, ice, water and steam are the substance with same chemical properties and different physical properties. Therefore, ice, water and steam are considered as a substance with same chemical properties and with different physical state. This interconversion of state of water is known as water cycle. Water changes from one state to another state and return back to original state. That process is known as water cycle.
Our topic for today is water cycle. The sun heats up the water from oceans, lakes and rivers, and water changes into water vapor by the process of evaporation. Plants also lose water in the form of water vapor from their leaves into the air by the process of transpiration. As the water vapor rises up into the air, it starts cooling down and forms tiny water droplets. These water droplets come together to form clouds. This process is called condensation. When the clouds start getting heavy and cannot hold the water droplets anymore, they fall back to the earth in the form of rain, hail or snow. This process is called precipitation. Some of the water that falls on the earth seeps into the ground. This water is available to us in the form of groundwater. The remaining water falls back into oceans, lakes, rivers and seas. This process is called collection. Then the sun starts heating up this water once again. This circulation of water is called water cycle.
We can discuss the definition here. The change of water from one form to another in nature, which results in its continuous circulation from Earth's surface to the atmosphere and from atmosphere back to the Earth's surface. This process is known as water cycle. Let's say one video related to water cycle. But this water cycle plays an important role in nature. What are the main importance of water cycle? This water cycle controls the climatic conditions. It restoring the lost water from the Earth's surface and maintaining the amount of underground water. These are the two main importance of water cycle. The main importance of water cycle are it restoring the lost water from the earth's surface and maintaining the balance in underground water. Second one, it control the climatic conditions all over the world. So what are the main topic we discuss in this chapter? First we discuss the occurrence of water. Water is present on the earth's surface and water is present in the atmosphere. Water is present in living organisms. In the earth's surface, water is present in the form of rivers, lakes, and in the atmosphere, water is present as mist, water vapor, clouds. In all living beings, water is present. Sources of water. The source of water we can classify as three. The source of water we can classify as three: surface water, above surface water, and below surface water. Surface water again we can classify as river and lake water, sea and ocean water. We detailedly discussed that. After above surface water. Above surface water means rainwater. Rainwater is the most abundant source of water. It's the purest form of water. Below surface water. Below surface water means underground water, like spring water and well water are the example for below surface water. After that we discussed the meaning of interconversion of states of water. Water changes from one state to another state and return back to original state without changing its chemical composition. That is known as interconversion of states of matter. At last we discussed what is water cycle and its importance. I hope all of you cleared today's class. Study very well. Thank you.